Thank you. Jeez, thank you very much. I know I'm standing between you and the door, so I will be brief. You're often surprised in this business about some of the things that happen, and for me, we weren't on the agenda tonight, so it's a surprise to get the opportunity to speak. To come to a meeting where we're talking about children and education and have someone quote Spock, but it wasn't Dr. Spock, but Mr. Spock, that's a surprise. And probably some of you are surprised that there is a race for city controller. I was knocking on a door a couple of weeks ago, and the lady said, well, now that there's not a mayor's race, they can still have an election. And I said, well, yeah, there is. So I have been out in neighborhoods throughout the city talking to people about changing city government. My name is Michael Lamb. I grew up here in the city. I left Pittsburgh to go away to college at Penn State. Came back home after graduating and started working, got involved in politics, and went back to school. I got my master's degree in public management at Carnegie Mellon, and then I went on to law school at Duquesne. I am a lawyer, admitted to practice here in Pennsylvania. I'm also the Allegheny County Prothonotary, and I am the endorsed Democrat for city controller. I started in the Prothonotary's office a good bit ago, and an office that looked a lot like something out of Charles Dickens. With big dusty books, and we always say that the biggest technological advance they had seen was the ballpoint pen. But today I'm happy to report that we are the most technologically advanced court recording office in the state. We are a model for court systems around the world, and we made that happen without cost to taxpayers. We made that happen while generating surpluses every year. Last year, over $1 million back to the taxpayers of Allegheny County. And we did it under a shrinking budget. I started in that office with 135 employees, and we have half that today. So I know that we can do more with less if you're ready to embrace change. And I look at the controller's office and I see a real opportunity there because it is dysfunctional. I love the talk, and I guess it was the Patrick Dow tonight who talked about data-driven decision-making in government. And that's really what we need to get back to. We need to have, but we don't have the data. And a lot of that is because we've had dysfunction in the controller's office. The controller's office needs to fiscally audit, by the charter, needs to audit fiscally every department every 4 years. There are some departments that have never been audited. We need that information. Obviously the controller's office isn't the guy patrolling your neighborhood. He's not the guy, cleaning your streets. But performance audits, fiscal audits can help that person in the public works truck be more efficient, can help a police officer on patrol be more effective with the kind of data that we're talking about. Getting that data and being able to make smarter decisions about how we run this city. I'm hoping, and I hope you agree with me, that we can build a kind of government that we as the citizens can be proud of. A government that's built on integrity and professionalism, a government that's fundamentally fair, a government that embraces innovation and diversity, a government that really responds to our communities in a superior way, and having an independent fiscal watchdog is critical to having that kind of government. Somebody who's there not just to make sure that you're getting a fair return for your tax dollars, but also that each of our neighborhoods are getting a fair share of city services. And that gets back to that data-driven decision-making that we need to have, and we need to have in this city. I've said it, and if you've ever heard me speak before, you probably heard me say this. People are proud of this city and they're proud of their neighborhood, but they're not real proud of their local government. And that's really what I'm trying to change. So I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I appreciate it.
If there are, I see some hands, so if you would just state your question.